Ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody asked me how
Hello everyone and welcome back to Hands-on GameMaker Studio 2. So instead of going through the collisions, we're first going to get Object Player 1 firing his ball. So let's go ahead and open up Object Player 1, add event, and now instead of key down, we're going to be using key press this time. Now, you want to use key press because what it does is it forces you to physically lift your finger up and hit the key again in order to do something. So in our case, it's to fire the ball. So we don't want it to where we have to hold down the key, because if we hold down the key using key down, then it would just constantly be firing balls as long as we had our finger pressed down on that key. We want us to actually have to lift up and press in order to get that ball to fire. So let's go ahead and for now just use letter Q. Now I'm going to write out a line of code and then I'll explain it as soon as I'm done writing it out. So we're going to go ball 1 equals instance create depth x y 0 and object ball 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and explain it. So instance create depth is a command or a method is what it's actually called, but this command is used to create instances of an object. So, and let me show you what instances are. So if you look in the room here, we have one ghost, that's one instance. Bring in two ghosts, that is another instance. Bring in a third ghost, that is a separate third instance. So each one of these are an instance. Okay? So it creates an instance of the object ball 1 at x and y of our player object. So we're programming in our player, so it's going to create a ball at the x and y coordinates of our player. So what that means is where our player is in the room at the position of the player's origin, which it would be in the center of our player. Okay. And the depth works as if you say you have both your hands in front of your face. Your left hand is in front of your right hand. Okay, so this is how depth works. Whatever number is higher, all the way up from 0 to 99, whatever number is higher, so say you gave your right hand a depth number of 99 and your left hand a number of 0, then the left hand will be drawn first. So the higher number will be farther away from you. So you could use negative numbers too, so all the way up to 99. And that's how you'll get instances in front of other instances or behind other instances. And if you look, GameMaker actually shows you what it wants to do here. So instance create, it tells you what it wants. So it wants an X position, it wants a Y position, it wants a depth, and it wants the object that you want to create. And here we have ball 1, that's a variable. Now variables contain numbers that we want it to remember. So in our case here, it's remembering the object ball 1 number, so, or the instance number. So every time an object is created in the room, it's given a special number, kind of like a social security number. Every instance or every person has their own special number, and the variable here is remembering that number of our object ball instance. So what we can do with that information is call it to do things for us. So we can say ball 1, set your speed to 8, and ball 1, set your direction to 0. Now what that's going to do is fire a ball every time we hit the Q key to the right. We're going to fix this because say generally you're going to want the ball to fire in the direction that your player is moving up, down, left, or right. So let's go ahead and test this out real quick. So if we move right, ball fires right, down, still going right, and yeah. But it's working. We have to physically lift our finger up, tap, 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 tap. That's how we shoot. You hold down your finger, only one will shoot. So, how do we get the ball to move in the direction that our player is facing? We can simply go direction. Oh, spelled that wrong. Now, because we're programming in our player object, we're having the ball direction go in the direction of our player. So let's go ahead and run this one more time. Go right, goes right, up, goes up, down, down, left, and left. Alright, so that's all working. You know what you gotta do now. Go ahead and get player 2 going, shooting his ball, and I'll see you guys in the next video.